Text Prison Story Family Salute, y'all. It's your boy Tim Snow back here with another one. And this one's a little bit not really something I like to do. You know me, I try to stay in my own lane and not mention people as much as possible. If I do mention them, it's usually just in a comedic light or something, just kind of teasing. But it is what it is, y'all. I'm a YouTuber. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. Hell, it just comes with the territory, right? And I'll send a shout out to this guy right here, Dubs from California. I've watched one or two of his lives that he did back in the day with Gunner. Shout out to Gunner from Gunner's Collective. And that's about it. I really never watched any of his content, never followed him or anything. So I was kind of surprised to see this video, but at the same time, it was kind of cool, right? Because he has a different audience, different type of people, and there's no such thing as bad publicity. All publicity is good publicity, right? And the video that he replied back to, or what do you call it? Reacted to, I guess, is an older video I did, I think, last year. And that video was actually in reply to Flacco and Rojo from a convict's perspective, where they were talking about Texas guys would be deemed no good and couldn't walk out there if they didn't get in line with one of the two big programs or whatever. And so the video was a little bit of slightly clickbait on the title just to get you to watch, right? And me personally, this is Texas Prison Stories. I don't know what y'all do out there, but I got a big Texas tattooed on me right here. I take it serious. I'm gonna always represent for mine, right? And the video reply that Dubs did, he put everything in a modern day context, saying none of this can happen. None of this is today. What the hell does any of this matter, right? And I agree. Hey, maybe it's not today. My whole point to that video, brother, was it happened at one time, right? And your thing was, well, it happened in the old days. Man, I don't know one old timer that will tell you prison is harder now than it was back then. Them boys would kill you quicker back then. They were a lot more dangerous because they were getting punished less for their crimes. So to say that it was easier for them back then, that don't make no sense to me, right? It really don't. But I understand that you didn't even know why I made that video or the context or whatever. And I understand that every video has to stand on its own, right? Because everybody's not a follower of yours, and that's fine. But I stand by what I said. Hey, it happened at one time. I'm sorry you don't like it. Sorry it's part of y'all's history that you don't talk about when you only talk about the big four out there. Not in reality, there was the big five. That was the truth. That's what they called them back in the days. And the facts that I was talking about is when I brought it up with the gang investigators saying they were one of the most deadly, dangerous groups ever in the history of California at that time, right? But where it got crazy is where Dubs started putting TS and giving them their props to California men. Come on, dog. That I've never heard of. No, I never heard of that. The men were from El Paso, Texas. You asked if the EPT and all that is the same. Let me explain something to you. It was history in reverse. EPT was the Tango that was first. Their members broke off and started the TS. Then later, the Tangos broke away, right? TS took more power over the Tangos. The Tangos broke away and started doing their own thing. But is it all from the same base core principle? Absolutely. So I'm not sure what she meant by that, or maybe you just didn't understand, right? But to try to give that credit and take it away from them Texas men out there, you were dead wrong. And I understand your biased perspective, right? You're from California. It'll probably hurt you to your soul to even admit that some men one time came out there and did anything. I know it, but that's not my problem, right? Because it's true. And I showed the newspaper articles proving it. They was getting busy. They was getting active and putting in work from day one. Did they dwindle down and go away? Like I said in the original video, and like you said, hell yeah, they did. Because they weren't from there. They were men that were incarcerated there. They came back home. That's why it spread like wildfire down here, because it was those same men that was doing it out there came back here, right? Spread it all through the feds and everything. But that's neither here nor there. And yes, I do mention organizations, families, things like that. But guess what? I'm in good standing with everybody. I never informed. I never debriefed. I never dropped out. I never ratted on nobody. I never had to walk off any prison with my head down, go to PC. No cases against women, nothing. There's nobody out here that cringes if I say their name, right? Because I don't talk about any modern day business or anything like that. So I don't. That don't apply to me either, right? And I appreciate the respectful video that you did and everything. It was cool, but I knew y'all wasn't gonna like it. Did I care? No. Do I have people I can call from California to find out? Absolutely. Talk to them on the phones all the time. My daughter goes out to California every year, and I pay for it. You know, it just is what it is. If you didn't like it, bro, I'm sorry. But guess what? Life goes on. I appreciate the free publicity, so I'm giving you a little bit back right here, right? Texas Prison Story Family Salute.